And 2024 was the year of artificial intelligence, and the boom, it's not showing signs of slowing down in 2025. Joining me now on set to discuss this and more, we've got Ivana Delevska, Spear Invest founder and CIO. And Ivana, I always love speaking with you. Talk to me about Nvidia. This is the key question. Is Nvidia still going to be a winner in 2025? What's your bull case?
Well, Madison, thanks for having me. Basically, what we saw towards the end of last year is Nvidia stock stalled as we were approaching the launch of their Blackwell chip. So the key for the stock from here will be how well they execute on this launch. We see significant upside once the delivery numbers ramp. We think they're going to be able to exceed $200 billion in revenue just from this product launch for this year. So we see a lot of upside. It's just going to be key to get this product rolling in the initial quarters.
What do you think was the kind of downward pressure over the past month or so? Is that something you see correcting?
Well, that is exactly it, Madison. I think it's these delivery numbers. People are still concerned whether Blackwell is showing the improvement that we are expecting to see, and whether they're able to deliver it on time, where doesn't have overheating issues. So those were really the challenges that the company never really said that they were facing, but we were hearing from customers. So there is a lot here in how you integrate the product. So it's not the product may be working fine, but once customers deploy it, that's the question, whether it's working good for them.
Where do valuations fall on your list of concerns and your kind of rubric for looking at a stock like Nvidia?
So valuation is very important for us. And when you look at Nvidia, because of the way earnings have grown, the stock actually looks very attractive on a multiple basis. So if you look at EBITDA, which is what we focus on 1 year forward, you're going to see that it's trading right in the middle or on the lower end of the historic range. And now it's cheaper than stocks like Broadcom and Marvell that we also like. So it actually screens very attractive on valuation.
We examine Nvidia's chart in more detail below and apply technical analysis to pinpoint important price points to look for in early January. Nvidia shares have been trading in a falling channel since hitting their record high in late November. The price has repeatedly tagged the upper and lower trend lines of the pattern. Although the move happened on weak end-of-year share turnover, the stock more recently encountered selling pressure close to the channel's top trend line and 50-day moving average, MA. When the Relative Strength Index, RSI, drops below 50, it indicates a little adverse price momentum for the stock at the beginning of 2025. As the first quarter begins, let's examine the main levels of support and resistance on Nvidia's chart that investors might be watching. The first level to keep an eye on is around $130. Where the shares might find support close to a trend line that joins the December swing low and the well-known August swing high. The shares may break below the lower trend line of the declining channel and retest lower support at $115 if they close decisively below this significant technical milestone. Currently trading just below the rising 200-day MA, this position is expected to draw purchasing attention in the vicinity of a horizontal line, connecting a number of similar price points from May to October of last year. Investors should first keep an eye on the $140 region if the price moves higher than its present levels. In this area, the shares can encounter resistance close to the upper trend line of the descending channel, which also happens to be in close proximity to the stock's peak in June 2024. If you buy over this level, the shares might rise to about $150. Those who purchased the recent retracement may try to lock in profits in this region close to a sequence of price movements that are located just below the stock's all-time high. So what implications does this have for Nvidia's stock? Let's explore that. But first, a big thank you to those of you who've stuck with us this far. Creating these videos takes significant effort and dedication. So if you're enjoying the content, please hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and share your thoughts on Nvidia stock in the comments. Your support truly helps us grow. Now let's get back to the video.
Basis.
Yeah, talk to me about your bull case for some of those other AI plays.
So basically, as we get further into the cycle, Nvidia will remain the dominant player just because of their CUDA advantage. However, we're going to see a lot of the hyperscalers, like you mentioned, Amazon, build their own chips and bring those to market. So Marvell is partnered with Amazon, Google is partnered with Broadcom, so they're going to be helping these companies bring their own chips to market, which will take pretty significant market share over the next several years. We still, though, compared to where the market stands or what the market is assuming, we think the growth for Nvidia will remain much stronger just because of their advantage on the software side.
And obviously, Nvidia, the second biggest gainer year to date in 2024, but the first was Vistra, a nuclear energy play, and I know Vistra and Constellation.
With many analysts seeing the event as a potential growth driver for the chip-making behemoth, Nvidia CEO Jensen Huang will give the opening keynote address at a major consumer electronics expo on Monday. Visible Alpha tracks 21 analysts that cover the firm, and all but one of them have a buy or comparable rating. Morgan Stanley, Bank of America, and Bernstein analysts recently named the company a top selection. The chipmaker's intraday Thursday level is about 28% lower than the consensus price objective of $177. Huang will highlight Nvidia's Blackwell GPUs, which underpin generative artificial intelligence, AI operations like large language models, LLMs, in his keynote speech on Monday. As Nvidia attempts to satisfy what Huang has described as insane demand, analysts at Citi stated in late November that they anticipate the firm would increase sales projections for Blackwell. Huang stated on Nvidia's November earnings call that the company anticipates delivering more Blackwell platforms this quarter than it had previously projected. Huang is also anticipated by Citi to talk on a shift in demand for artificial intelligence, AI robotics, related to manufacturing, warehouses, and humanoid AI robots. The business might also talk about Rubin, the Blackwell chip replacement that Huang announced in June will be available in 2026. CES follows a fantastic 2024 for Nvidia stock. Nvidia stock rose over 170% in 2024 as big tech clients, such as Microsoft, Meta Platforms, and Alphabet's Google, bolstered their AI data center and cloud computing infrastructure, even if shares entered correction territory last month. Nvidia's significant gain last year followed a 240% spike in its stock price in 2023. To stay informed about the latest developments from Nvidia and the ever-changing stock market, consider subscribing to our investing tutorial channel. We provide daily updates on significant market shifts and key catalysts, so hit that subscribe button to ensure you never miss crucial information. We'd love to hear your thoughts on Nvidia stock, so please share your opinions in the comments below. Now let's dive into today's video.
So as we saw the AI trade broaden, now we are getting into a phase where we need physical build-out of data centers and power associated with them. And the US has gone through a period of time where the power infrastructure has not really been upgraded both on the grid and the generation side. So as we've brought more renewables to market, the reliability is much lower of the grid. So what we're going to see is power prices spike up in order to incentivize new supply coming to market. So that's where companies like Vistra benefits. We also like Constellation. They operate one of the largest nuclear fleets, or the largest nuclear fleet in the US. We think nuclear is very well positioned for the hyperscalers just because of the reliability. So we see a lot of opportunity on the energy side.
How much are you thinking about the incoming administration and any regulatory looseness that we could expect for those nuclear energy names as a potential tailwind for them in 2025?
So the regulatory environment is always tricky because it does depend on states as well as the federal government. So I think less regulation would be a pretty significant positive for them. Incrementally, though, I think gas is also benefiting here from looser regulatory environment. So I think both nuclear and gas are well positioned with the new administration. I would say new administration is incrementally more positive for gas than for nuclear, which is why you've seen Vistra perform better than Constellation.
I guess taking a bit of a step back here, there's been this big question about the AI story and whether or not it is overblown, whether this is going to be the year that the investment really proves itself and we see those applications. What do you make of those questions? Do you think that those questions themselves are overblown?
I do think the questions are overblown because if you look down under the hood, we are seeing a lot of applications that we're using already today. Right. So on the search side, the new AI, the transformer model has been really transformational in terms of how we do search today. So even though those are really replacing prior search, so you're not really seeing incremental revenue from them, they're pretty big applications. Now, as we look forward, we think there is going to be a lot more innovation on the physical side of things. So the autonomy, robotics, even in quantum computing. So you're using the AI models today in order to build some of these applications for later down the road. So I think that's really like even this may be even year one, maybe year one will be next year. So it's kind of like we're really in early innings of of the applications being built out.
Do you see the AI trade broadening to some of those smaller cap companies in 2025? Because that's also been another question, is when we'll see not just the hyperscalers benefiting from AI, but also some of those smaller names.
Absolutely. So we think this is going to be the year where we see like the effect trickle down from, like 2 years ago was just Nvidia, last year was Nvidia, some hyperscalers, some of the custom chip providers, and I think as we get further into the cycle, you'll see some of the software names on the cybersecurity side, the data infrastructure side, and then applications lastly, that would be like autonomy and...
Ahead of CEO Jensen Huang's presentation at the Consumer Electronics Show in Las Vegas next Monday, shares of artificial intelligence, AI chipmaker Nvidia, will be in the limelight. Huang's updates on sales forecasts for the company's Blackwell chips and information about Rubin, Blackwell's replacement, which Nvidia intends to release in 2026, will be closely watched by investors. A number of prominent Wall Street businesses have selected the AI giant as their top option for 2025, citing the robust demand for its Blackwell platform as a reason for the company's continued rapid expansion. As major tech companies like Microsoft, Meta, and Alphabet's Google bolstered its AI data center and cloud computing infrastructure, Nvidia's stock surged 170% at the end of 2024. The significant gain last year followed a 240% spike in 2023. Don't forget to share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Your input helps create a more knowledgeable community where we can all learn and grow together in the world of investing. Stay up to date with the latest market trends, insights, and key updates by subscribing to Investing Tutorial. We're here to help you make smarter investment decisions and stay ahead of the curve.